This is Don Hodor, Executive Director of the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce and the Marcellus Shell Chamber of Commerce. And today I have with me on our interview Harlan Shober. And Harlan has just been, you're elected, or what's the official title until January?
I think it's the Washington County Commissioner-elect.
Commissioner-elect.
That's what I've been told.
So this is the first time you ran for commissioner?
Actually, I ran 4 years ago.
Oh, did you?
Unsuccessfully.
I see. Well, practice makes perfect, huh? Second time around. Great. And is the new? What was your experience before this in politics?
Well, I've been involved very much in business in my background. I had 32 years with Bell and AT&T as a manager, and then I retired and went into home building business. So I've had my own company called Shober Homes over the last 14 years. So I've had business my whole life, and the other thing is I've been very involved in my community. I spent 12 years on Chartiers Houston School Board, and I've spent the last 16 years now as supervisor in Chartiers Township. Mm-hmm. So I've been involved, and it's something I've enjoyed doing.
Well, you know a lot about give and take and how to work with groups of people and agendas and how to compromise in order to move the ball down the field, as they say. Well, that's great. Well, let me ask you this, as a new commissioner-elect, what do you see in the future? Are there any changes you can see? What do you plan on doing? Do you want to release any newfound information?
What you find in the years that I've been doing things in the community and business is you don't make promises, but you do have things in your mind you want to accomplish. And one of the things that I would look at with my business background and my community background, I would like to look at the whole county, Washington County, as one entity and really do planning. You can talk about Parks and Recreation. You can talk about business, which I've been involved in heavily. You can talk about infrastructure, job development. And as we look at the county, we want to make Washington County, in my opinion, one entity where we can really rely on each other, build the communication relationships. I was just, up until now, I was president of the Washington County Association of Township Officials, which I'll resign at the end of the year and move on. But building relationships with the community is very important. So if you look downward, I don't mean that in a negative way, the communities and municipalities, we need to be closely related and work together to accomplish good things. And then looking the other direction with our state and federal, which I have good relationship with, I'm hoping that we can leverage our relationships to really tie us all together. We need to work together. So building some planning for the future. And one of the things I look at is Marcellus Shell is great right now. Economically, if you look in Chartiers Township, where I'm a supervisor, we're very heavily involved in the Marcellus Shell. We have Mark West is there with their processing plant. I have compressor stations, pipelines, and 57 wells under Range Resources. They have been very good neighbors. Mm-hmm. We've put $13 million of roads into our community.
Really?
They've supported our fire department. They've supported the township in many areas, and not even counting about the nonprofits. And bottom line is the environmental concerns that we all have and we share. That's my job as supervisor. So we want to balance our thinking to keep this economic thrust moving forward, at the same time preserve our future, our environment on the water and the air. So that's an important strategy that we need to carry through. But bottom line is this is a big thing for Washington County and Southwest Pennsylvania. One of the things, though, that I would look at is this is a short term in life. Construction on Marcellus Shell, 10, 15 years or so, and then we're into many years of production. We have hotels that are building everywhere. Mm-hmm. We have industry that's here because of the drilling process. But that's short term, and that's going to go away. So I think we need to manage with a vision for Washington County. We need industry to come in. Mm-hmm. We need to sell Washington County because of the gas resources and bring in industry that's relying on the gas, but not on the industry itself.
And relying on the energy discounts.
Right, and it's here. The transportation costs are cheaper because it's being produced here. So we need to look for the future with a vision saying, what do we do after the bust? When the boom and then the bust. And the hotels that are now just thriving everywhere, we want to keep them full by having other industry. A lot of things we're very good shape in Washington County, in my opinion, but we also want to plan for the future to keep us there. And we're the envy of a lot of people. And how we manage that over the next years is going to be very critical to Washington County future.
We have a lot of responsibility to a lot of people to conservatively grow. is really what I guess we're saying here. And I guess it's a great opportunity. And you're right, so many of the municipalities and counties, they tend to fight each other rather than work together. And it can be a win-win. They have a tendency to think, well, if you're doing that, I'm not, or if I'm doing this, you are. So they're fighting over resources. In reality, we have such a growth factor here that that's not an issue at all.
Trust factor is something we really need to build on, and coming from the township organization and knowing about the cities and boroughs and towns around the county, no one likes to give up their control.
Their turf.
And so basically what we need to do is build those relationships, show where we can help on a volunteer basis, and then, after a while, people will come around and you'll find out you're working together.
Well, it's funny, too. People can sense if there's cooperation in a community whenever they come in to look at the community to relocate a plant, a factory, or an energy company. They're coming to you, and they're saying, is there harmony in this community, or is this? I have one meeting with one entity, and
Sure.
It's one story, and a meeting with another entity, and it's another story, and sometimes it tears the community apart. So you think that we're moving now with the new the new regime that you have, which is you and Diane Irie and Larry Maggi, that you're going to be able to work.
I'm certain of it. Larry and Diana have their backgrounds.
Sure.
I bring a business background and a local community background,
That's a
which
good point.
is unique, I think, among the three of us. But, if we blend their knowledge and my knowledge together, working with the team, we have a lot of good people working in the county as employees, and they do a good job. But I think our job as commissioners is set that direction for the future, and build that relationship also with business, with the chamber and others. So that's, we need to listen. We need to understand what's needed on the business world, and the three of us working together make that happen. And that's what I aim to do.
You're right. Now that you point that out, Diane has a background that comes more from a family perspective, and Larry, who was in law enforcement, comes more from regulations and law, and you bring a whole new opportunity to the table, and that is a perspective from the businessman's standpoint, which is a very good point.
But I think that's why you have three commissioners. Each one is there to bring forth some skills and abilities, and we won't always agree. I will not guarantee you that we'll agree, but you know what? We'll do that in a business-like, a courteous fashion, and when we're done with that issue, you get rid of it and you move on to the next one. Bottom line is, I think we're there for the people. I think so many times throughout our federal and our state and local, we forget why we're elected.
Yeah, it's a good
point.
point.
I think keep that in our minds, and I think basically
Stay grounded.
We'll do okay as a team, and I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Good. Well, thank you, Harlan. And is there anything you'd like to add that we should know?
No, I just say reach out to us as commissioners. I'm sure you will, but we
And,
need to have input, and we need to build those relationships so we can move forward
And
together.
if we want to contact the commissioner team, what would be the best way to do that?
I guess basically probably Larry Maggi is the chairperson, but my door's always open.
Sure.
So I think if you contact myself, I'm going to be talking to the other two commissioners, and what we do as a team, we'll do together. But, each person, not everybody attends every meeting. Not everybody does the same thing with their backgrounds. And I'm sure my niche will come apparent when I get up there, and I'll work those issues and relay that to the rest of my team.
Great. Well, you heard it. This is our new commissioner-elect, Harlan Shober, and this is Don Hodor from the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce, thanking you and thanking you for watching our video.
Thank you, Don.